Members
Berrien
of
County Council
agreement
prepared that?
that supplemented this thing, so what started out at
No,
5,000
consultant.
pages.
Oh, okay. I mean, it looked generally pretty good.
I look at the cost of retainer and I look at the termination
That's
cost.
back to the.
More stays have we got of this thing?
Two things.
Okay, I'm gonna call to order the City of Angels City Council meeting for Tuesday, December 19th. Please join me in the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, we have our agenda. Would anybody like to make any changes to the agenda?
Yeah.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Moved by Councilperson Olvera, second by Councilperson Herman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Okay, staff updates. We have our consolidated staff report. Are there any questions or comments regarding the consolidated report?
I have a few.
Joe?
Just curious, for fire, is there a strike team down in Southern Cal?
Yeah, they're actually on their way back today.
They are. Just curious, I didn't see it in there.
They were there for 14 days today.
For the record, Nathan said that they were on their way back today. They were there for 14 days. Okay, any other questions?
Not on that.
No?
Right. Under engineering and public works, page 4. The crew potholed the water line at Bret Hart High School grading site and found that while the slope is a little bit too close, the grading is acceptable where it is. Because of misunderstanding, the surveyor that the school hired only marked where he thought where the water line was located. The location of the actual easement was never determined. Wasn't that the whole issue between the city and so we're still nowhere?
We're okay. Once we found, the actual way to find a water line is to pothole it, get an excavator out there and dig and find it. Because even though there's an easement, pipe joints can wander quite a bit. If it had wandered in underneath the slope anymore, we would have been more concerned. But as it is, it's okay where it is. I think we can work with it.
Okay, so Bret Hart and the city are happy?
Yeah, I called up Bret Hart and told him what I found.
Okay,
And,
and you talked to Mike Chimenti?
We left messages between ourselves, didn't
Okay.
talk directly.
It's fine, I just want to make sure that everything's moving along.
It is,
all
and it's
good.
all okay right now.
Okay,
And part of what I was telling them was not to hurry into too many things, because on that side, they were planning on putting barns. And so if they were gonna rearrange the whole site because of the water line, I said, no, let us find it first.
okay,
And then they came back with a proposal to see if we can move the water line, which is why I brought it to you guys.
okay,
So as it is, it just patience and time won out on this one.
okay, good, good to know.
Any questions? Okay. We'll move on to council updates. Veronica?
Nothing.
Nothing? Joe?
I want to come back to the payments thing, which is part of the staff report.
Oh, we're gonna go back to more questions. Okay.
Yeah. For staff, here's a question about this. I appreciate that you do this, and it's nice to look at where we send all this money, but I'm wondering if it's a system output, does it also have a reason for the payment embedded in the data?
We could do that if you want.
Just a suggestion to look at it. I forget, what all these routine payments are, and to make it meaningful for me, if it had a reason in there.
I'll put a description.
Yeah,
Have a description.
and then maybe sort it high to low.
What did you just say? I'm sorry.
Sort the values high to low, so we're
Oh,
looking at the big
okay. I think she's got them
expenses.
by date, so that's why, but that's no problem. High to low is fine.
Okay, or
That's
by
fine.
date, high to low. I mean,
Well,
otherwise, I'm just trying to look at it and have it be meaningful for me, and I can't remember all of it.
That's fine. I'll do that, and then you guys can, if it's okay, then that will be it. If not, you can make tweaks to it. We can do that.
I don't mean to make more work, but if the date is already there and it's just a matter of
It's
printing
there,
it
it's
out.
just, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Probably date order is still better, though. That way, a lot of things that are related are all together instead of scattered.
I
Yeah, I
think
don't
with
even know
date
enough about it to know that.
alphabetically.
You know, I don't know what the relationship
Seems
is
like-
between paying the POA and the Board of Equalization
Yeah.
on the same day. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is.
Okay. That's a good suggestion. Description's a good suggestion, for sure.
Yeah, a little memo like that.
Yep.
And do you want high-low or date? Which one? You said date, you said high-low.
I think,
I
just
like-
judging by the way I look at reports,
date.
dates,
I like
dates
date.
more helpful.
Did you put high-low within the date?
Yes.
Yeah, she's thinking that. I know in the
There you go.
date.
So I said I can
What
do,
what about?
Could you put low-high within the date?
whatever, I'll start with high and go low. High-low.
So,
Wow.
okay.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys are good.
But I was
I'm telling
wondering,
you.
do we need, on some of the smaller ones, do we need to have some description, or should we go for a certain amount of money? Because that's a lot of,
I want to know where all the money goes.
every single,
I like
Angel's
memos
Food
on
and all that.
everything.
We can do a small, I mean, even though it won't be, some of them just won't have huge descriptions. It could say supplies
Yeah.
or
The
whatever.
description's already in the program.
Yeah.
It's just whether you choose to print it out or not.
yeah, oh,
So it's
okay.
there.
Okay, good. Oh, I didn't know that. That's good. Great.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, Joe, you have a report?
I don't.
Linda?
Not tonight?
I
Nothing to
think he should
report.
give his report high first.
Well, yeah. Last week I attended the UWPA meeting, and the big news was we had an outage, a scheduled outage, where we shut down the flume, shut down the water. We repaired something like 19 boxes of flume, which was badly needed. Did a lot of maintenance repairs to the both the powerhouses, and so the crew did an outstanding job, and they're up to speed. Okay. We're on to public comment. This is a portion of the meeting where the public is invited to speak on anything that's not on the agenda. State law prohibits us from acting on anything that is not on the agenda. Is there anybody that would like to make a public comment? No? Seeing none, we'll go to the consent agenda. The following consent items are expected to be routine. They'll be acted upon by the council at one time without discussion. Any council member, staff member, or interested party may request that any consent item be removed for discussion. I thought I could do this without glasses, but I don't think, no. The first item is to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of December 4th. The second is to approve the minutes of the special meeting on December 7th. And finally, approve the consultant agreement with Blackwater Consulting Engineers for the water treatment plant upgrade project.
I'd like to remove that for just a brief discussion.
Okay, we'll remove item C for discussion. Items A and B. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, moved by Councilperson Matilde, second by Councilperson Oliveira to approve items A and B. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. Item C. You had questions regarding that?
Yeah, for Dave, according to the master plan, this design project was estimated at $702,000. Their quote, Blackwater, is $293, $235. Are those numbers comparable?
Yes, they are, except that when, you gotta be careful on that, because when the master plan looked at the design work, they looked at individual projects, we bundled these together. And then also this is a consultant services agreement, so it's an estimate. It could be a certain percentage greater than that. So it's roughly, probably about a 300, 320 contract, and then in the master plan, it's 700,000. So that's about the comparables.
Okay. And then, who was the committee that made the pick? Who was it made up of?
We got the chief plant operator because he has the technical ability. We had Dave for the planning side, and we had my engineering tech because he's for the bright-eyed look. That's the where you get so stuck into what you're looking at, just someone has a different look at it.
Okay. And these guys, were they all comparatively priced?
No, they weren't. Two of them were comparatively priced. One was substantially higher, but he also had a lot more work that he was providing, and one did not quote. He submitted a proposal, but he didn't quote.
So was this high or low or somewhere in between?
This one was the two that were together, this was one of them.
Okay. And the source of funds for the 3.48 million is what?
It will come from both of the water funds. It'll come from the rates and from the impact fees, because there's some capacity increasing in there.
Okay. And you guys liked Blackwater because they had capability for helping utilities obtain grants and whatnot. Were they the only ones that had that? That
No,
offered that
most of
kind
them did.
They did.
Yeah, no, we like them because of their unique approach to our site up there. They had a direction we thought that would be more beneficial to the city. Everybody had their own unique advantages on the proposal, and they just, as at the committee, we thought that was one of the best.
Okay. That's all I had. I'm satisfied with all of that.
Okay, any other questions? Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Councilperson Olivera, second by Councilperson Matilde. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 4-0, approved. Item C. Okay, on to our regular agenda. Item number 1 is approve the contract for city attorney. Derek?
Sure, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we have a new city attorney agreement here. I was provided by Doug White, who is present, who has been selected as the city attorney, and I reviewed their agreement. This is their standard form agreement with other cities. Made a few minor changes, but this agreement looks acceptable. It's very similar to the one that we've used for this city, so it is my recommendation that the council approve this. And on a personal level, I want to say it's been an honor to get to know all of you and to be city attorney for the past few years. I think you guys have a really good thing going here. You've got good staff, a good incoming city administrator. You have an excellent incoming city attorney who I know personally and can vouch for his skill. So you have a good thing going here, and I see how hard you guys work, and you get nothing for it. And you don't get a lot of appreciation from the public, and I think that's obviously fine. We're Americans. It's our birthright to criticize government. That's what we do. But you don't hear enough compliments. And so having sat in this seat for most of your meetings, including some of your more controversial meetings, I've watched how you all have made decisions, and I watch how you all prepare, and the tough questions you throw at me or staff, which indicate that you don't just sort of slightly look at your packets. You actually dig in, and you make notes, and you flag, as Councilmember Olivera has done. It's clear you work really hard, and I know that that's more than just, you don't just do that for your council meetings. You do that everywhere. You're getting questions everywhere you go, at the supermarket, at the restaurants. People are calling you, so it's nonstop, and you don't get a lot of thanks for it, and you don't get really any money for it. So I just want to say that I appreciate all. This is not my city, obviously I don't live here, but I think the people of this city are very lucky to have you, and I've really enjoyed getting to know you. So thank you for letting me be your city attorney. You're in excellent hands, assuming you approve this agreement, which is very much my recommendation.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you, Derek. I appreciate the comments, and appreciate all your hard work as well.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any public comments?
I would like to make a comment.
Okay.
I've been asked by several staff members and from myself also. We just want to thank you so much. It's been great working with you, and there's no comparing with the past what we had. You just came in with a fresh attitude and everything, and really appreciate everything you've done, and you've put us on a very good direction that we did not have before. So we really appreciate it, and staff asks that you know this also.
Well, I see some of my favorite staff members here, so I thank them, but please pass that along to all of them, because I've enjoyed getting to know them as well.
We miss you.
And if anyone is in the Sacramento area and needs a lunch, or Roseville, my office is in Roseville. It's no longer Form 700 or anything like that. I'm just taking you out because I'm your friend. So you can please don't hesitate to let me know.
Watch out, Derek.
That's
We'll all
great.
be hitting you up.
Yeah. We're gonna be the Chateaubriand, top shelf drinks.
I just want to say that, I came in at the beginning of the year, and I appreciate it because I know that I have emailed you, and you have gotten back to me. I've asked you, it's like, what about this? What about that? What about this? And I do appreciate that you get back to me with the details. And, this has been an exciting year.
It's different.
I didn't,
It's a different.
wondering when it's going to settle down. But, so thanks. Because,
Year two.
Thank you.
besides Scott and Amanda, we're the noobs, It's like, and you guys are even, like, yeah, so,
you.
thanks, Derek.
Yeah,
My pleasure.
and I wanted to mention too, I just have given you so many questions and picked your brain so much, and I truly appreciate your response and your quick response and helping me to grasp things that are, that I would not be familiar with because just being new, and there's so much to know and understand even in the law about so many different things. So again, I appreciate greatly.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Yeah, I would echo that. Your timely response to pretty much any question that comes up, very much appreciated.
Yep, thank you.
Very good. Okay, if there's no further discussion, I'd be happy to entertain a motion.
Wait.
He has a question.
I said if there's no further discussion.
Oh, well, I thought we went from public to,
Oh, we brought it back, it didn't say
yeah,
if there's
okay.
any.
So, just a comment, one of the things I really liked, Doug, about what you said was this initial audit and recommendation. I don't see it spelled out in the contract, but I'd really, really like to see that happen and get a time frame for it to happen. Pardon?
First week of January.
Okay, terrific. And then the other question I had to do with the CPI. I'm not familiar with CPI boundaries, but I noticed we picked San Francisco, Oakland, which is kind of the high rent district for anything. So we're here in the foothills, why would we adjust, or are we caught up in that?
So the reason that we use that CPI index, Sacramento unfortunately doesn't have something similarly situated, so it's really you're stuck with either the San Francisco index or the LA index, or then you get into some really other funky indexes. The good thing about it, this last year when we looked at it was about 2.7 was the most recent increase. And the reason that it's good is because it's based off of the same geographic location year after year. And so it's pretty much something that we have used unless we do work in Southern California.
So the Sacramento metro area doesn't have its own
It does not.
indicator?
That's what we would use if it existed, but it
And
just
let
doesn't.
alone, there's no foothill.
Yeah, I
Version,
kind of
yeah.
get that. We don't get anything up here.
Yeah.
Well, we need to get one of our own.
You can hire an economist. That's a lot of money.
All right. That's all I had, and I'm good with those responses, so.
Okay. Any other questions,
No.
comments? Okay, entertain a motion.
So move.
Seconded.
Okay, moved by Councilperson Herman, second by Councilperson Olivera to approve the contract for city attorney Churchwell White LLP to serve as city attorney beginning January 2nd, 2018. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 4-0. Thank you, congratulations.
Welcome, Doug.
Thank you, welcome.
Absolutely.
Okay, the next item is approve a contract for a new city administrator. Derek?
It's, we're coming up on New Year's, so it's that something old, something new, and we're focusing on the something new. No, I'm getting on the phone. I'm middle aged. Come on. I was referring to myself, not these young ladies next to me. But the city, you did recruit for a city administrator, and it was my honor to sit in on the interviews and sort of provide input to the full council. And the city did receive some excellent applications, and the interviewees were all outstanding. So I think before we talk about the candidate who has been selected, I think it's a testament to the appeal of this city that you were able to attract very good talent. I think people understand that this is a great place to be, but also has a good staff and it's a good place to work. So I think that's a testament to what you've been providing and what we have here. But Melissa Eads was selected by the council, And Mary actually wrote the staff report, and, you know, I signed my name. Well, essentially, she signed my name, but we thought she wasn't going to be here tonight. But she's outlined the process. You did a pretty rigorous process in looking for the ideal candidate, and I think you have the ideal candidate. So the agreement that is before you is something that I drafted. It was, you know, deals with some of the prior versions of city administrator agreements. Some of the issues we've had are no longer in this agreement. It's basically Mary's agreement plus some changes. I did have a labor attorney at my firm help out. Melissa did make some changes that I think were very helpful. So I believe this is a very good agreement. I think you have an excellent city administrator. So it is my recommendation to approve this agreement, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about the legal stuff. Otherwise, Mary would probably be better to answer your questions.
Okay.
And Melissa is here, of course.
Hi, Melissa. Okay, would anybody in the public like to make a comment? What's that? Your name, please?
Debbie Ponce with Destination Angels Camp, and I just, first on behalf of Destination Angels Camp, want to thank Mary for her time and the very beginning roles of Destination and all your help and support. And for me personally, this last year, kind of given me a lot of history and background as to Destination Angels Camp, and certainly your participation at our various meetings and such. And also on behalf of Destination, we're delighted to see Melissa Eads being appointed. I'm assuming appointed, we're so close. Having worked with her in the past, and at the Council of Governments and her work that she has done in government in general, I'm super excited to see someone who has lived here. I don't know about born here, but certainly raised here, and a true connection to the community. So we look forward to working with Melissa at Destination Angels Camp. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments? Okay, we'll bring it back. Comments? Questions?
Just a couple of things for clarity. On the auto expense, Derek,
Yes.
that's, we're gonna pay mileage at 53 cents or whatever the government says, up to a cap of 400? Is that what we're saying?
No,
That's not what we're
I
saying?
think it's a
she does not
platform.
get mileage, she gets,
It's just a flat 400?
Right.
Yeah, I mentioned the mileage verbiage in there, which is kind of
Is it
goofy,
there?
but it did say flat 400.
Yeah, I think maybe, I apologize, the city agrees to reimburse up to a maximum. I think maybe we just change that, the city agrees to reimburse the administrator for $400 per month for gasoline costs for official automobile business travel, and then put a period there. And that was a mistake on my part, and I apologize. And I'll give this to,
Okay, and then on page 4, I had a question about this, on the vacation, 25 days, you can carry it over. Is there a cap on what can be accumulated in carryover?
not on hers. That's something that you either should have negotiated, or you can negotiate that in the future with her.
So
But as
that's
of this
open.
one, as of this,
Intentionally, it's open.
yes, it's just carryover. At-will employees do not have a cap. And I left hers like mine, so I don't have a cap on mine. And that's just something to look for in the future. As I said, some negotiations for these at-will employees that you need to look at. And I thought we did discuss that when we were.
Did we?
We discussed.
Yeah, I thought we discussed that,
Mhm.
that it would be more or less my
Right.
contract, so it wouldn't be any different from the other out-wills. My contract would be the same,
Mhm.
or hers would be the same as that.
Yeah, I think we discussed that we wanted to tie that in with the other at-wills,
Right.
and that's something
And
that
that's
we
a
will address
future.
in the future.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'm good then. That's all I had.
Okay. I don't know if this is the right time, but I want to thank Mary. For the years that years I've been involved, I've seen you on 2 occasions step up when you were needed and asked, and this time you were a little unsure if you wanted to take the permanent versus the interim, but you rose to the occasion and did a good job. You got the respect of everyone who works with you, and that's you've always got good neighbors. You know?
Thank you. Thank you
So
all.
thank you for your hard work, and
Yes.
thank you for your dedication to the city, and we wish you well going forward, and especially wish Scott well as well.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You guys have been great. Just a whole different council than I've ever worked with before. I mean, they're always a little different, but it's a nice council. So thank you,
Well, thank
very
you.
much, thank you.
Thank you, man.
You're great.
Okay, any other questions? If no other questions or comments, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the city administration contract.
Second.
Okay, we've got a move by Councilperson Olivera, second by Councilperson Matilde to enter into a contract with Melissa Eads to serve as city administrator beginning January 16th, 2018. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. Congratulations, Melissa. Welcome aboard. Okay. The final item on the regular agenda is to reprogram Regional Surface Transportation Program, RSTP funding for the Raspberry Stairs Replacement Project.
Okay, real simply, this is just an opportunity for us to apply for some funds to construct the staircase. What I need from the council is just their concurrence that we can go ahead and ask for this reprogramming. One of the things that, dang it, forgot as soon as I said that. Well, the RSTP, what we have is an RSTP program for the collector road striping. And we can do it two ways. We can ask for that money to be reprogrammed towards the stairs, or we can wait till the next call for projects and put the stairs back into the call. By doing it this way, what I'm trying to do is do the reprogramming, and it'll get us the money a little quicker. The amount of money that we have in the RSTP collector road striping is $80,000, which should be enough to construct the steel staircase. If we don't get it, we'll have enough money. Well, I'm working towards the wooden staircase alternative. I got the design done. In January, we're going to go through the planning commission. Now, one of the things that I got to caution you on is that we still have to, even though we ask for the reprogramming of the funds, it still has to be approved by the COG board to see if it meets the regional goals. And it still has to be approved by Caltrans to see if it meets the program goals. So we still have an if on it. So we may not get the money, but we can at least try. So that's all I'm asking for tonight is your permission to go ahead and do this.
So do we have the money now for the striping?
Yes.
Okay, so is it possible, is there any chance we could lose the money?
No, either way, we're going to spend the money.
No, but we can't lose the grant that we have.
The striping
By-
monies is
by
programmed.
reprogram.
No, it's programmed to us already for
Okay.
the striping, so we have that money. If we ask for it to be reprogrammed to the stairs, we'll use it for the stairs, but we just won't have money for the striping, and we'll put that in the next call for projects.
But if we use it, if we ask for the reprogramming, we don't get it, we still have it for striping?
Yes, we'll still
Okay,
have
so
it.
there's no risk
Right.
on this, okay.
Tell me a little bit more about how the previous director said it was ineligible, and now we're getting a feeling that it is eligible. How did that work?
Well, the pot of money that we're looking for is the RSTP fund, Regional Surface Transportation Programming Funds. And we have to meet two guidelines in there. We have to meet the COGS guidelines for like I said, the regional goals. And then we have to meet the state guidelines, which they have for the administering the funds. When we submitted the Chappelle Stairs before, we submitted under the name Chappelle rather than Raspberry Stairs. The concurrence was that it didn't meet our regional goals. It wasn't what we wanted the RSTP funds to go towards. And that's the only difference between the two directors right now. So the present director is willing to try to convince the board that it is a regional goal.
Same staircase?
Same staircase.
Okay.
A little bit more money this time, though. I only put in for $35,000 last time. Because that was my understanding. That's
So
all
it
it
was a
would
question
cost.
of interpretation, the way it was presented.
It is.
Dave, I was wondering, the stairway itself, the description, is it from the very top where the parking lot is all the way down to the sidewalk? Or-
The part that we're replacing?
No, the parking area?
Mhm.
Okay, so is it from the parking area all the way down? Is that a complete, or does it start lower?
The whole walkway is from the parking lot to
That's it.
the sidewalk, but what we're replacing is from the bottom of the concrete stairs to the sidewalk.
Okay, so
we're
that top part remains.
It'll remain.
Oh, okay, that's what I was wondering. I was confused about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And part of the big hiccup on these stairs is they're not ADA compliant.
I know.
And there's no way around, we don't have an alternative route for ADA access.
Well, around the building,
Yeah.
And then we go down Raspberry
go
Street,
down.
which is excessive grades.
It's like, eh.
that which is too steep
Yeah,
for it to comply.
yeah. So there's a lot of reasons why this would not fly to the programs, but it's worth a try. And if we get the money, then the money we already set aside for the $50,500 we already set down, we can bring back into, for next year.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about the striping project that's approved for now, and what would we be delaying?
Well, basically, it started out as basically an old person's dilemma. The feds recognize that as you get older, you have harder time seeing striping and signs. And so they came back with more rules and guidelines for updating the striping and updating the signs. And at that time, I applied for, we could take a whole lot of money on that, but I applied for a chunk of RSTP just to do the collector roads and the signs on that. We will still have to do it, but it's a good RSTP type project. It fits right into their guidelines.
So going forward, if we reapply for it, we'll apply for more? You said we can get a lot of money in that?
Well, it all
To do
depends on
more.
the call for project. You know, the COG gets like this chunk of change, and then we all ask for certain chunks of it. If there's a little left over, I'll ask for a little. If there's a lot left over, I'll ask for a lot. It's one of those projects that can expand.
I guess for my concerns, I'm thinking if this is something that's been mandated, that we change
Mhm.
versus something that we would like to fix,
It was
going
ma-
away from a mandated project to something that we'd like to repair, is that open up any liabilities to us? Is that causing a problem down the line with the state or the feds or whoever is mandating this stuff?
Not with the mandate. The mandate was extended. But it could cause us liabilities if there was a stop sign that was obscured or darkened, those type of issues. But we have the checks on those, so we're not, if sign's unreadable at night, we're going to correct it and replace it on our own funds right now.
Okay. Any other questions, comments? Any comments from the public on this one? No? Chicken. Okay. All right, no more comments or questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to pass?
Second.
Okay, moved by Councilperson Oliveira, second by Councilperson Herman to reprogram, or to approve the reprogramming of the Regional Surface Transportation Program, RSTP funding for the Raspberry Stairs Replacement Project. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to calendar.
Okay, so this week on the 21st, the Museum Commission meeting has been canceled. Their next regular meeting will be on January 18th. Then the city offices are closed on the 25th and 26th for the Christmas holiday. And the Calaveras Visitors Bureau Board meeting that was scheduled on the 27th has been rescheduled to January 9th. And they'll also have their regular meeting on January 24th, so.
Which one is that again?
Calaveras Visitors Bureau.
Oh, so now it's on the 9th of January?
It's on the 9th of January, but they will also have their regular meeting on the 24th.
Okay.
This one was
Yeah, I
just
had received
rescheduled.
something say it was on the 3rd, so they moved it. Okay.
Yeah, I got that from Lisa today.
Okay.
Okay. And then, city offices are closed on January 1st, and we meet back here for council on January 2nd.
January 2nd, okay. Okay, thank you. All right, we'll adjourn.
Okay.
Oh, I was close.
Not bad, 34 minutes.